guys, and welcome back to Eldarya, aka the only game that B-Move will let us record anymore. So, before we get into the episode, you will have noticed that I haven't been uploading any content on this channel, and I'm not going to be uploading anything else except for Eldarya. So I did a video on my Candy Love Love Life, and that got copyright striked from B-Move. Thank you so much, B-Move. That was just fantastic. So I'm not really playing my Candy Love anymore. I'm not really too interested in it anymore. I'm going to keep playing Eldarya because I'm pretty sure it's almost over. Like, I'm predicting it's going to end at episode 30, so I'm just pretty much going to see it through to the end. So on that note, I will be keeping this channel up just so everyone can kind of see the old videos if you're still playing through Eldarya and university life, etc. And I'll be moving to a new channel for my new content, which is not properly set up now, so I will let you guys know once it is. Okay, so let's get into episode 29, and it's called Countdown. If that's not a sign of the end, then I don't know what is. So, Countdown. Despite the trials, the flame of hope is still burning in the heart of Eldarya. Time is of essence. Time is of the essence. And you will have to get organized to save this world from the greatest enemy it has ever known. Will you be ready? Let's go. Alright, so catching up on what happened in the last episode. Leaf 10 died. I say died with air quotes because there is no way he is staying dead. So yeah, that happened, and I can't really remember what else happened because I don't find the story to be very exciting at the moment, you know? Like, if we're not going to get Lance's route, which we 100% are not getting, then I just have no interest in anything else. I just want Erica to be a strong, independent woman on her own. No romance, you know, just save Eldarya and that is it. Anyway, let's get into it. Oh my god, music, okay. We were there, our feet solidly anchored to the warm sand while Lance's fleet advanced surely in our direction. What's happening? I'm so confused. This isn't where we left off. We had been preparing for the upcoming confrontation now for days. Today, the future of Eldarya will be decided, and I was ready to fight with all my strength. 5 days earlier. Eri, I love you. Oh my god. Leaf 10 violently fell to the ground. The boys and Miko rushed to him. As for me, I was paralyzed. One of his feathers floated to me, and I grabbed it. When I opened my hand, the feather was an immaculate white. Leaf 10, what does this mean? He's still breathing. I can feel his pulse. Go find Evelyn. Nevra rushed to go find Evelyn while Ezreal applied first aid to the Lorelette. Well, the demon. Valkian came to me to see how I was doing. He told me that I was frighteningly pale. Thanks for that, Valkian. Just what I want to hear. Evelyn arrived shortly after and confirmed the dragon's worry concerning my pale tone. I think we have bigger things to worry about. She had me leave the prison and ordered Valkian to bring me to the infirmary. Olahua took care of me when I arrived at the infirmary. Evelyn was caring for Leaf 10, who was in critical condition. She isolated herself with him in the room next door. I felt my body become heavy, as if I was going to faint. I was even in a cold sweat. I reflexively squeezed the feather in my hand, as if to hold on to reality. I don't want to lose my footing. What is... Everything became black, so black. Oh god, what's happening now? Was my spirit flickering? Oh, of course, as always. I found myself back at the infirmary. However, it was completely empty. What is going on? What is going on? What is going on in this entire game? Someone please explain. Why isn't anyone in the infirmary? Evelyn was just here a second ago. What? You told me that she was... You told me. I mean, you said that she was looking after Leaf 10. Okay. I assumed that that was down in the prison, but they must have brought him up here. I must find an explanation to this phenomenon. There is no explanation. Something strange is going on here. Figure out what it is. Something strange is always happening. Okay, I'm gonna stop because as you can tell, I'm not having a good time already. HQ seems totally empty. I've already experienced this before, but when? I can't remember. Great, thanks. As I advanced through this HQ, deprived of all life, I felt the temperature of my body drop in an uncomfortably familiar way. I've already been through something like this. I even feel as if it were recently. Why is my memory so foggy? Perhaps I should go to a safe place to refresh my memory. Someplace where I feel at home. Yes, here. I feel good here. It's normal. After all, it's my room. I lay down on the bed, attracted to its softness and pushed by a fatigue that progressively took over me. A tingling feeling started to run throughout my body, from my fingers to my toes. It's certain now. I've already lived this moment, and yet we have to live it again. Great. It was a few weeks ago, when Lance broke the crystal. I found myself in a cold and empty place that looked like HQ. I remember now, it was purgatory. I don't know how, but I came back from this in-between. But why? I haven't done anything that could have cost me my life recently. I tried to assemble the pieces of my disrupted memory, but it was in vain. Something was blocking me. Is this my fault? This wouldn't be the first time that I refused to see the truth in front of me, after all. Whoa, throwing shade at yourself even. I've been so misled concerning Leaftan. I have to find a way to remove this veil. You have certainly been so misled, so I'm choosing that one. For months, I refused to see what was just under my nose. I was so stupid. At least you acknowledge it. I allowed him so many excuses. Leaftan, that's it. I was at the prison with him and Miko. We were trying to make him talk. That's when a warmth started to grow in my hand, as if to tell me which direction to go, to give me a hint. I opened it delicately to find a white feather that I had already seen before. Everything was coming back to me clearly now. In the prison, Leaftan was telling us the weak point of our enemy. Then moments later, he collapsed on the ground, nearly dead. Oh, nearly dead now, even though he took his last breath. Alright. If he hadn't lied about the subject of sharing life, then my presence in this place made sense. Our two souls must be linked, in one way or another, and for me to return to the world of the living, Leaftan must return as well. I had to find the demon before it was too late. Maybe the feather is a hint. I should open my eyes. That would probably help. Oh, I'm so dumb. It took me ages to know that there is actually a feather on the ground. Another feather. Unlike the one I have in my hand, this one is blackened in certain spots. Leaftan, where are you? Just when I took the feather, I felt something behind me. Someone fell against my back before violently falling to the ground. Leaftan, he's in his demon form, like the last time. Eri, it hurts so bad. I'm sorry to have brought you down with me. I just wanted you to be able to save this world that you seem to love so dearly. I should have opened my eyes much sooner. I just wanted you to be happy. He fainted, but I still feel a bit of warmth emanating from his soul. We should join up. What? Excuse you. Okay, I just have to say that I'm playing on Nevra's route right now. This does not sound like something I want to do. We should join our bodies if we want to get back to the world of the living. I have to find the strength to drag him to the infirmary. At the infirmary, I set Leaftan's still warm and heavy body where his body should be in the other world. I saw him disappear in a warm and reassuring light. Just a moment later, I felt my own body drifting back. Well, that was nice and quick. I woke up in the infirmary. Nevra was holding my hand, his lips trembling. I had barely had the time to look at him when he threw himself on me to cover me in kisses. Eri, what happened? Your heart, it stopped at the same time as Leaftan's, and you woke up at the same time. Oh, what a coincidence. You think you would have put two and two together? I think I returned to purgatory. I found Leaftan's soul there. By all the gods, Miko, tell me that this isn't due to that stupid ritual. Tell me their lives aren't connected. Miko is here. I hadn't noticed her. Nevra, what do you mean our lives are connected? Eri, you remember that Leaftan said he saved your life a few weeks ago? Yes, I remember. He gave me a part of his life. That's right. We think that this ritual may have intimately connected your lives to one another. What? In other words, if he dies, you will die too. Well, they're both dying. You know, I'm calling it. Last episode 30, they're both dying. And probably Lance too, you know? That wouldn't be surprising. Rituals that allow to save lives often come at a heavy cost. Let's not count our mooglies before the eggs hatch. Besides what just happened, besides what just happened, we don't have any formal proof that their lives are connected. I will need to do some tests to know just how much these two are connected. How do you test for that? Please tell me. After, and only after, there may be something to worry about. Strangely, this news doesn't surprise me. On the contrary, it's as if someone was telling me that the Earth revolves around the sun. However, this information isn't insignificant. Knowing that your life is closely linked to another one isn't common. I hope that this hypothesis is false, because otherwise it may become problematic. I want everyone out of the infirmary. There are too many people here, and I have 3 patients who need their rest. 3 patients? Yes, Chrome is in another room. He still hasn't recovered from his wounds. I didn't know there was another room in here. Okay. Evelyn had everyone leave so that I could rest, but I feel as if I've forgotten a precious piece of information. Something that I absolutely need to tell Miko about. I don't want to talk to her, just saying. After a few hours, I woke up in the infirmary. This time, I felt much better, and Evelyn authorized my release, if and only if I promised not to engage in any intense physical activities. I feel like they are alluding to something there. Cross my heart and hope to die. Stick a needle in my eye. Huh? It's just something that I would say with my friends when I was little. It's a way to say, you promise. Right. I'll believe that when I see it. No needles for me. I'll keep my promise. Nice. I see that trust reigns here. What? You think that I would dare to break my promise? I never pass up an opportunity to be salty. I don't care who it's with. At the same time, you never follow any of my advice. I try, but it's not my fault if fate is always against me. If you were less of a hothead, you would surely have less problems. That may be true. Well, see you later, Eri. Bye. As I walked through the doors of the infirmary, I immediately remembered Leaftan's feather. I looked for it in my pocket. It's still there, white as snow, without a trace of blackness. That's what I had to talk to Miko about. I still have to tell her about this phenomenon. All right. Miko, here you are. I need to talk to you. Oh yeah? About what? Leaftan, I found out something strange about him. Something even stranger. Huh? I'm listening. Well, when he fell at the prison, one of his feathers sort of came to me. I kept it this whole time, and... What are you trying to tell me? Get on with it. Rather than explain things to her, I showed her the feather by delicately opening my hand. Despite my grip, the feather had kept its light and delicate shape. Do you want to say delicate again? When she saw such a white feather, Miko let out a cry of surprise, surprise, and asked me if it belonged to me. No, I told you that it just came to me. I already told you, Miko. It's just a white feather that comes from a demon. I find that surprising, unless what? No, forget it. This trash, whoa, this trash killed Yaka. He tricked us this whole time. It's impossible, okay? Miko, I think you need to calm down because I will side with this trash over you any day. What did you want to say? I said forget it. Leaftan can never be forgiven. The white feather, you were going to say that it could maybe be a sign of his redemption. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? That would be too easy. No, she left, leaving me with an unpleasant feeling, as always. The conversation with Miko has upset you. Go get some air. That's not the first time. Actually, what annoys me the most is imagining that Leaftan became a good man, just like that, in an instant. I would like to believe that one day he'll be able to ask for forgiveness, but such a sudden and radical change seems unlikely to me. But at the same time, I want to believe that Leaftown will become the good and thoughtful man I thought I knew. It's completely unthinkable. People don't just change like that. I'm pretty sure he's going to, so let's go this one. Oh, there's Nevra. Great. Eri, are you feeling better? He squeezed me so tightly that I thought I was going to suffocate. Yes, I'm doing better. We'll find a way to separate you and Leaftown, I promise. We aren't yet certain that our lives are connected. I really can't believe it, but know that I'll be there for you no matter what happens. We'll see, but I'm glad to have you by my side. Well, I want to believe. Don't be such a pessimist. No, don't say that, that's mean. He's being nice. Okay, I'm gonna go with this one. I'll always be there. I told you. I'm here for you for all of eternity. Alright. I blushed and my heart skipped a beat. I don't have all eternity. I'm not a vampire like someone. Eri, hey, Ellie, how are you? Before she answered me, Ellie took me in her arms. Then she told me what Miko had told them about me and Leaftown. Miko really told them everything about the ritual that surely connected me to Leaftown, and also about the pact he made with Lance. Speaking of Lance, where is he? She could have gone without that. It will just worry everyone. Well, I was wondering, did you see my sister? I've been looking for her everywhere. No, but if I see her, I'll tell her that you're looking for her. Great, I have something really important to tell her. Oh yeah? What? When everything is settled, Sons and I have decided to make our union official, and I would really like for you to be one of the maids of honor. Oh, one of the maids of honor? I thought that you were only supposed to have one and then you had bridesmaids, but I don't know. Maybe they do things differently in Eldarya. Really? I would love to. I don't know. Sorry, but being a maid of honor, that's really not my thing. It's so mean. But I'm going to pick it because I want to see what she says. Oh, now I feel bad. Okay, I understand. No problem. Well, I'm going to continue looking for Kalaya. See you later. Oh, that was so mean. Oh well. You're really interesting. And I love having conversations with you, you know. Oh, Kalaya and Jamon are still together. Me too. Really like to talk with Kalaya. But don't you think that we should move on? What? No. Let's not go there. Don't you think that we should move on to another type of relationship? Kalaya implies what? I'm not implying anything, Jamon. We spend time together, and when I'm scared. Oh my god, okay, I'm scared. And when I'm with you, my body reacts oddly, but it's not unenjoyable, on the contrary. For me, you are not like the others, and do you see me like everyone else, or am I special? By the oracle, am I dreaming? She's telling Jamon that she loves him. I heard footsteps not too far away. Kalaya turned her head and noticed my presence. She took Jamon by the hand and they walked away. Hey, don't take my friend with you. Shoot, I won't know his answer. Okay, that is, I wasn't expecting that couple, so that's interesting. Hey, Kiro. Oh, Eri, how are you doing? I heard about you and Leaftown. I hope it's nothing serious. You heard? What did you hear? Miko told us about the life-sharing ritual and the pact that Leaftown made with Lance. Oh. I sincerely hope that she's wrong. I hope so too. I refuse to be dependent of anyone in this world. Go you. I understand. Good luck, Eri. Whatever the truth, I'm sure that you will be strong enough to fight it. Thanks, Kiro. Well, I'm going to go. I have to take care of something a bit complicated. Oh yeah? What? Time is so disrupted that we are losing our marks. Miko asked me to build a big clock. Alright. So the HQ knows what moment of the day it is. Oh great, that's very practical. Well, I didn't know that you had talents in clockmaking. You aren't worried about wasting your time. I didn't know you had talents in clockmaking. I have a basic knowledge. I hope that it will be enough. You're doing it all alone. No, luckily there's a whole group of us. I actually have to go join them now. I won't keep you any longer. Eri, here you are. Yes, what's going on? Miko received a report from one of our spies. She wants us to join her in the dining hall for an emergency meeting. Oh, really? Lead the way. Eri, Evelyn, you are the last ones to arrive. Okay. I sat down without waiting so that Miko could start her meeting as quickly as possible. The whole light guard is here. There are also others, such as Valerian and Olahua. Thanks to their presence, I don't feel out of place in this urgent meeting. This morning, I received a letter from S, a trusted spy. According to him, Lance has planned a grand attack on HQ in 5 days' time. Very precise, 5 days. That doesn't leave us much time to prepare a counterattack. He is assembling his forces to the north of Eldarya, and he's already launched his first attacks on the northern Jade Lands. Go Lance! Can I go join his attacks? I heard Miko's voice shake. The northern Jade Lands, the lands of her family. They were forced to give up their lands and are on their way to HQ to take refuge. Fear is starting to conquer this world, and Lance's threat is growing. This is why we must prepare for this imminent attack and raise our weapons to protect the crystal and all of Eldarya. I don't think I want to. I don't think I want to do that. Miko exposed her plan, explaining each point with great detail. First, she was convinced that Lance would attack HQ, and it was important, of course he will, and it was important to prepare large quantities of provisions and water, and anything we need to defend the crystal until the very end. How long do you think the siege will last? I have no idea. We must prepare for the worst. We also needed to make the safety of civilians a priority. For that, Miko had contacted the neighbouring villages, and they decided to evacuate as many people as possible before Lance arrived. HQ was going to endure waves of arrivals and departures over the next couple of days. We also needed to protect our walls and reinforce our shields, set traps all around, and find ways to push back the attacks. Okay, so all the boring stuff that we're going to have to go and do. Our task list for the next few days was getting dangerously long. I started to wonder if we were capable of handling what was going to happen. Luckily, Miko had thought out the situation. She was counting on us to direct the members of HQ according to her defensive plan. There, now you know everything. We just need to split up the different tasks. That's still undecided, so if you have suggestions, don't hesitate to share them with me. I will announce all of this to HQ in a few hours. In the meantime, you may go. Gosh, what news. Just thinking about the upcoming battle has created different and strong feelings within me. Different and strong. But one of them is stronger than the others. The need to join Lance. Anxiety, joy, sadness, fear, excitement. Oh, I have to pick either joy or excitement. I'm gonna go for joy. Oh, that wasn't what I was thinking of, but okay. About finally being able to fight to save this world that I love so much. What has this world ever done for you? However, I have to keep a cool head and be ready for anything. I walked towards the members of the guard that had also joined the meeting. We talked for a long moment about Miko's plan, and everyone shared my worries about the idea of Lance attacking HQ. And for once, Valerian spoke eloquently. We must admit that nothing could have prepared us for such a situation. When I joined the Guard of El, we were in peace. I didn't think that war would catch up to me so quickly. You've been through a war? Yes, more than 20 years ago. Oh, I didn't know that. Even if we had completed many missions together, I didn't know much about Valerian. We continued to talk for a while. I never could have imagined that he had such a full life. Ezreal, Nevra, and Valkion are talking about Miko's plan. I joined their conversation. And you, Eri, how do you feel about the situation? Me? Are you actually asking me how I feel for once in your life? I just hope that we'll come out of this victorious. It's complicated. I don't think I've completely realised the full extent of what's going to happen. I'm scared. Not knowing what the future holds in store is definitely stressful. It's complicated. Let's go for that one. I completely understand. Do you though? I don't think you do. Oh yeah, the stakes are simple though. Don't ask me how I feel and then question it, Ezreal. Not everyone yeah! You know what? I love Valken. I just have to say. You know, he's really grown on me this past few episodes. Not everyone reacts in the same way, Ezreal. This is all new for Eri. That's true. You're right. Oh, I was looking for you. Which one are you talking to? The four of us? You, Nevra and Valkion. Wait, you, Nevra and Valkion. We have a little logistical problem for the rooms. Oh, are we gonna move in with Nevra? It's happening, isn't it? I'm calling it now. And I think that we could use your help. Okay, we're on our way. See you later, Eri. Good luck. Since the arrival of the Fenhuangs to HQ, the organisation of the rooms has been a nightmare. This whole room thing is just to make us move in with them. I know it. And to think that we are going to host new people, the situation will only get worse. Or maybe they're going to move in with us so we can keep our nicely decorated rooms. I didn't have time to think about it anymore because Kara came to tell me that the general meeting had begun. And as usual, I am late. When I arrived, the room was packed. Everyone was here. The civilians, the members of the guard, our friends, the Fenhuangs. Maybe they should have, I was just thinking that. Maybe they should have had the meeting elsewhere. We are a bit like sardines in here. Like, maybe you should have had this outside or pushed up against one another. The members of HQ. Wait, why did they ever have any meetings or anything in the crystal room? Is it because people aren't allowed in there? I can't remember. The members of HQ were doing everything possible to be as close as possible to the action, or at least to Miko, so as not to miss her speech. Miraculously, catching my glance through the crowd, she made a sign for me to join her on the makeshift on the makeshift stage, composed of a few tables that have been pushed together. Okay, great, we're going to stand on some tables. Let's not fall off. Not without difficulty. I managed to get to them and climbed onto the tables, almost falling while doing so. How embarrassing. It's not time for crowd surfing, Eri. Oh, Miko, you're so funny. Sorry, if I had known, I would have come earlier. Don't worry, I didn't think we would all be so tight here. Well, let's begin. In a lively movement, Miko hit the ground with her staff, and a bright blue flame blinded me. I felt a slight shock at the moment of impact, and immediately silence fell. My dear friends and allies from the Fenhuang Temple, if I've reunited you here today, it's to announce something of great importance. A few hours ago, one of our spies informed me of the imminent arrival of Lance and his troops. His goal was to attack our HQ and definitively destroy the crystal. Yay! Woo! The crowd seemed to cower in fear. People took one another in their arms, searching for a refuge that will allow them to confront this harsh reality. Certain people seemed paralyzed by fear. Others, on the contrary, looked stoic and determined. As for me, I could feel anxiety invading me once again. My heart was beating a mile a minute, and my entrails were weird way to phrase that. Were twisting as the Kitsune explained our role in the plan destined to save the world. Thinking of the future and of the weight of my responsibilities almost made me fall. For an instant, I started to doubt our victory. But I was soon caught by Miko's hope-filled speech. Whatever happens, we won't abandon this world. We are going to fight until our last breath, my friends. The future of Eldarya is in our hands, and I tell you without trembling, it is radiant. Miko held out a calm, confident, and sure hand towards the crowd. She wasn't trembling. Someone in the room let out a battle cry. Little by little, the others followed in chorus. More than ever, I felt as if we were ready to fight for this world. We were finally united. My friends, it's time to get to work. I waited for everyone to leave the dining hall. Outside the hall, Kero handed out our mission orders. Mine was quite thin. I looked at the unicorn warily. Since you are so efficient and versatile, thank you, Huang Hua and Miko decided to give you several types of missions depending on our immediate needs. Okay, at least I'll have varied missions. Ah, I knew you would react like that. I'll come back to you as soon as possible to give you your first mission. Okay, but what's this thing that you gave me, like, to start off with? Leave. You mean, like, leave HQ? Because I will happily do that. I had barely stepped out of the kitchen when Karuto grabbed me by the arm. Not so fast. Karuto, what's going on? Kara asked me to give you this list. These are the ingredients that need to be collected to make the protection potions. Would it bother you to take care of the list? Kara told me to come see you. You already said that. No, not at all. Give it to me. I'll get you everything as soon as possible. It looks like I'm going to have to leave HQ to get all this. Yes! Let's go. Let's leave and never come back. I went outside to take care of the harvest, but night fell without warning. And when I arrived at the gates of HQ, the guards wouldn't let me by. I had to readjust my plans. I went back to see Kiro, but I ran into Kalaya and Jamon on the way. Oh great, here we go again. You come with us to inspect walls. Sure, why not? I was supposed to collect some things for Karuto, but seeing as it's dark out, the guards have closed the gates. I guess it's dangerous to go outside. That's for sure. Seeing the current situation, who knows if Lance doesn't already have men here, ready to kill us at the slightest sign of weakness. Well, Kalaya always has very reassuring words. Eri, follow us. I guess we'll start here? I guess? Yes, Kalaya will measure mana in air. You note for analysis. Oh, I've already done this before, just after Natally destroyed part of HQ. Ah, happy memories. I did it with Chrome. Chrome, I hope he's better and that his wounds are healing. What are you going to do, Jamon? Jamon tests solidity. Grah. Without warning, Jamon punched the wall. Kalaya and I remain speechless. The wall is intact. Are you serious? No, Jamon wants to make joke. Haha, Jamon succeed? You definitely surprised me. You know, that's not such a stupid idea, really. If I remember correctly, Lance definitely used the Ire of Titans on the gates of the dragons, right? Yes, he also used a ram. Neither of those ideas worked. If Lance counts on using force again, I doubt that our walls will resist. You know he's a dragon, right? He can just fly over them. The magic that surrounds these walls is less powerful than the magic I was able to observe at Memoria. Kalaya is right. HQ walls not solid enough. We must reinforce structure before magic. Jamon, tell Miko that now. You two keep taking sample of mana. That important too. Jamon left. I remained impressed by Kalaya's thought process. When I think about the first time we met, she was so aggressive and lost. It's hard to believe that she's the same person. Wow, Kalaya, you have really changed since we met. I was actually thinking that. She has definitely changed. Wow, Kalaya, you surprise me day after day. Wow, Kalaya, you're very wise. You have changed. That's for sure. When I was in the sea, it was all chaos and survival for me. Here, I found a balance and security that I was missing. I understand. I think that HQ really won someone exceptional with you. That's really nice, but you're exaggerating. Oh no, I sincerely think that. Do I? Not really. Gloria started to blush. There's very few people in this place that I like, if you can't already tell. She really has a hard time accepting compliments. We started studying the fluctuations of mana near and inside the walls of HQ. Like the last time with Chrome, I had to note the measurements of mana to make graphs that I still have trouble understanding. After a brief analysis, we noted an increase in the energy level. Is that a good sign? I don't know. In any case, the increase is constant and not too steep. This may allow us to apprehend as best as possible the protection and reinforcement incantations. Well, I hope so. Let's continue elsewhere. We also need to study the outer walls. Will the guards let us pass? Yes, as long as we stay within eyesight. Really? Because they wouldn't let me go out earlier. We took a bit of time to collect measurements here. The walls outside HQ are big and in the dark, it's not easy. Luckily, a few guards accompanied us for our protection. Among them, I was surprised to see Chimeria. Her presence is very comforting. Alright, she is one of the ones that I do like. Let Lance try and attack us. I'll give him a warm welcome. He's very strong, you know. I'm not sure that you could hold up against him. already know that I'm going to pick that one. I don't have a doubt about that. Leave something for me, okay? I have a revenge to take. No way, I'm so going for this first one. You've never seen me in action. I don't doubt your force, Chimeria, but I've seen Lance, and I know his strength. He's a dragon. And I don't want anything bad to happen to you. Just have to add that on there. Eri, you don't need to worry about me. She jostles my hair tenderly. Eri, can you concentrate, please? Excuse you? Yes, I'm sorry. I made a face at Chimeria, who smiled at me. Then I continued to take note of the fluctuations of mana. That lasted a while. But we still had a few measurements to take. Oh, I feel a big flow of energy here. Really? You can feel it without the measurement tool? Yes, it's very intense. Come near me and concentrate. Don't listen to my voice. Let yourself be guided, okay? I stood next to Kalaya and I closed my eyes to concentrate. Hold out your hand in front of you and concentrate on the energy that surrounds you. Do you feel it accumulating at the same point? Yes, you're right. There is something very warm and at the same time soft. Take it now. Take it? I will try. According to Kalaya, no. According to Kalaya, there is an enormous amount of mana here. Try to capture it and to feel the mystic energy that is in front of you. Oh, it's time for a QTE, but I don't remember how to play. I remember well enough. Oh, success. All right, I'm pretty sure I didn't finish it, but okay. While I was concentrating on the sensations that surrounded me, they delicately overwhelmed me. They really like the word delicate, don't they? I felt connected with the universe. It was strange and fascinating. Whoa. Do you feel it? Nice. Not everyone is able to feel this energy. I'm really happy that you did it. Thanks, but tell me, how do you do it? To be honest, I don't know. It just came to me naturally. I think it was when I was lost in the ocean. You were forced to reconnect with the world around you to survive. That's understandable. Yes, well, let's not get any further off track. The level of mana was much higher here than near the gates, but Kalaya remained confident. She could feel the same delicate and stable increase as earlier. According to her, there was no reason to worry. I really hope that she will be able to increase HQ's protections. We've collected the first measurements. We are done for today. Well, that was just a big waste of time. Kalaya and I looked towards the sky doubtfully, almost hoping for the sun to appear at that moment, but nothing happened. I wonder what Jamon is doing. We should join him. Excellent idea, Eri. Ah, Jamon, here you are. Ding dong. What's that? Do we have a doorbell? Ding dong. What? What did you say? I can't hear a thing. Oh no. Ding dong. Kiro put clock. Bell gives time. Oh, I see. What? Clock! The sound stopped suddenly and Kiro's soft voice resounded throughout the walls of HQ. Hello, this is Kira Shane. We are setting up a clock to allow the members of HQ to know what time it is. We still have a few adjustments to make, and I'm very sorry for the resulting inconveniences. He sounds like someone in a store talking through the microphone. The clock will ring at the following hours, 8 a.m., noon, 4 p.m., and 8 p.m. The bell will not ring between 8 p.m. and 8 a.m. so that you can rest. However, if you would like more precise marks, we would be happy to give them. Don't hesitate to come to the library. That will always be open from now on. Thank you. And it's currently 6 p.m. Well, that's quite an invention. After getting back to our senses, we showed Jamon our findings and he brought them to Kiro for additional analysis. I was happy to see that the sun was back. This will allow me to complete my mission for Kurudo. So, let's take a look at this list. What is on it? What is on it? Come on. Golden Cypress Sap. That's an element I know. And I know exactly where to find it. That's great because I don't. Rutabagian. I've never heard of that. It's like a mix between a rutabaga and Badian. Honey fruit flowers, and in red it says, not to be confused with the honey fruit. Do not send companion to look for it, or the collected flowers may be damaged. Okay, message received. This looks like something. Let me collect it. Here's the golden Cypress Sap. This reminds me of my first moments in Eldarya. My first steps here were really catastrophic. Miko threw me in prison, then gave me the benefit of the doubt. I met Eldarya and Yakar not far from here. They followed silly protocols to put me back in prison. I feel like it was an eternity ago. Me too. So long. My heart tightened in my chest. At the time, there weren't any battles. Nobody was wounded, no deaths. Eldarya seemed more beautiful and gentle than today. Did it? Because I kind of remember it differently. I remember you wanted to go home. Ding dong, the sound of the bells from HQ surprised me so much that I tripped on some roots and suddenly an odor of Badian filled my nose. How convenient. I immediately looked for where this anise fragrance was coming from. I ended up finding something that resembled something like a turnip with stars sculpted on it. Is this the famous Rutabagian? I'm not sure. I should probably ask Karuta for more information. No way. I'll take the risk. I don't want Kero to think that I didn't make an effort to look for it. I haven't found much, even though I've been walking around in circles for a while now. Well, seeing as I have the sap and the Rutabagian, I think that Kero won't be too angry for not having found everything on his list. Ah, here she is. I'm taking care of receiving all the ingredients. Kero has been called to do something else. I set what I found on the counter. But the honey fruit flowers aren't here. Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't find any. I guess we should have figured as much. It's not really the season. He smiled at me understandingly. Oh, good. Before going back to the kitchen. I stayed in the dining hall the time to eat a warm meal. There aren't many people here, probably because no one knows what time it is. Well, if the clock at HQ rang earlier, it must be after 8 p.m. I should probably go to bed. The upcoming days are going to be exhausting. Miko, what's she doing here? A truly unreal scene was taking place in front of me. Miko was there with her arms stretched out, making circular movements with her staff. Around her, Hanghua and several Fenwangs were dancing in rhythm. What are they doing now? There were also several people assembled watching the magic show. I could see the magic show. I could see their faces filled with wonder and intrigue. Then Miko started to glow with a golden light, while a golden dust formed around her. I listened to hear the chant that was gently filling the air. I summoned the spirit of the sky and the stars, the night and its sweetness. Let the moon replace the sun, and the Nyx gently rock our dreams. Suddenly, night fell on HQ. How did you do that? Cries of joy could be heard as Miko looked off into the distance, pensively. I walked towards her in disbelief. What happened? We did it. Did what? We simulated night. Many people within HQ had complained about being bothered by the absence of darkness. And while Kero was taking care of his clock, Hanghua and I thought that we would try to simulate night. What do you mean simulate? That means that within the perimeter that surrounds the walls of this building, it's visually night. But if you pass the doors to go to the market, for example, you will have to face the radiant sun. I see. That's quite useful. Is it? Is it really useful? Anyway, it will allow us to almost get back to normal. Exactly. The people are reassured because they know. They need their markers to face what's ahead. Well, I'll leave you. This ritual took a lot of my energy, and we still have a lot to do over the next few days. Very well. I will go to sleep as well. Good night. When I got to the room, Nevra was waiting for me with a beautiful rose in his hand. How lovely. What does that mean? It's Shitan. She brought it back from her exploration. I thought it was beautiful, and we decided to offer it to you. Shitan barked as if to agree with his master. Thank you. That's so sweet. It's very beautiful. I immediately dove into Nevra's arms, while Shitan left to give us a bit of privacy. We got, oh God, here we go. We got into bed, our bodies burning to find one another again. I managed to fall asleep after a few hours, and I was woken up by the song of a Beckett. It's difficult to open my eyes. I sat up in bed. Nevra isn't here. He must be busy. He must be very busy seeing the situation. Well, I will go to the dining hall first to have a good breakfast. Let's make today a beautiful day. Oh my God, is it the day we finally leave HQ? Hopeful thinking. Ding dong. It's 8 a.m. and I'm starving today. I don't see Karudo though. Only Twitter is in the kitchen. He's usually an early riser. Strange. Karudo isn't here? No, he hasn't slept very well these past weeks because of night and day being all mixed up, so I forced him to stay and rest. That's sweet of you, Twilda. I hope he will regain his strength. Me too. What do you want to eat? Surprise me. Twilda handed me a meal tray, and I ate it with great appetite. Kara arrived shortly after and gave me my orders for the day. I hope that it doesn't bother you that I give this to you while you're eating. Well, no, it's perfect. I won't have to come asking for it. Okay, I'm off. I still have a whole pile to hand out. I carefully read my mission orders. Today I will continue studying and reinforcing our walls. Why do I get the most boring of all jobs? Kero, do you hate me? The results of our measurements from yesterday were extraordinary. And, if I believe Kara's analysis, we should now be able to put up a large protection shield. Okay, I guess that's important. That's great news. I have to find Kalaya and Jamon. Kalaya. Oh, Eri, are you here to continue yesterday's mission? Yes, unfortunately. Okay, I have one thing left to do before we can start the protection spell. What's that? We need to draw pentacles on the walls of HQ. Will you come with me? We can start with the walls near the cherry tree. Okay. I'm not sure I'll be very useful, but why not? I followed Kalaya to the cherry tree, and she started to draw a circle with a 5-point staff inside. She was very precise with her movements. Can you come closer? Of course. I need you to set your hand on the pentacle. I think that the angel energy that you have in you will reinforce the shield. I only have a little bit of angel blood in me, you know. I know, but angels were powerful fairies. Your energy and mine are incomparable. We have to try. Okay, I hope I will be enough. Well, you were going to place your hand... Excuse you? Well, are you going to place your hand or what? Yes, right away. God. As soon as my skin touched the wall, I felt a shiver run through my body. The pentacle seemed to drain my energy to transform it and returned it to me in another form. This brief exchange gave me a bit of hope. I was really under the impression that I was contributing to this war that was coming. Well, I don't know how to describe it. After that first experience, we continued to draw pentacles all over the walls of HQ. Each time, I felt the same energy, the same exchange. When we were done, we just had to cast the spell. Are you ready to launch the shield? More than ever. What? Ding dong. The clock. It must be noon. Where do we have to go? To the Grand Gate. Jamon is waiting for us. How do you know? We arrived at the gate and were greeted by Jamon, who had already prepared everything. At that moment, I caught Kalaya making a loving gesture towards the giant in front of her. So strange. With great care, she set her hand on his forearm, and I saw them look into each other's eyes. Who would have thought that those two would find one another? I mean, I love Jamon, and I want him to find love, but just not with Kalaya, because I don't really like her, and I think he deserves better, to be honest. Who would have thought that those two would find one another? After that, we started the ritual. I concentrated on the energy that Kalaya had talked about the day before. I felt it even more clearly now, as if all the hours spent studying the wall had brought me closer to it. A strong electric current ran through my arms. I felt lightning bolts come out of my hands and join the different pentacles that we had drawn. that was a weird sentence. The more we sent this energy around the walls, the more I could see the members of HQ coming towards us. They were irreparably drawn by the energy and also transferred their force to us. Progressively, the shield appeared, solid and protecting. I looked at it, a smile across my face, and proud of what we were creating. But everything suddenly changed. I lost control of the energy. It was coming out of me much too quickly and with too much force. Yay, something exciting is finally happening. I immediately understood that there was too much. It was uncontrollable. Break the walls down. I stopped myself instantly and looked at my companions. Oh, damn it. What happened? Why was there so much energy all of a sudden? I looked down. I could feel deep down that this was all my fault. I was embarrassed. We can't leave the shield in this state. The mana it's draining is too important. Wait. Yep. We have to go see Miko. Jamon, please reassure everyone. Okay. Eri, follow me. Miko, you have to come with us. What's going on? The protection incantation didn't work. The shield is too strong. No one can pass. I'm worried it will drain too much energy and give it the worst moment. By the Oracle, how is this possible? I think it's my fault. Huh? Well, my angel powers, my energy, we used it and... I thought that her natural power would strengthen the shield. I see. I suppose that your powers are much too strong or uncontrollable for such incantations. Let's go see about this. What is... Miko's jaw dropped in front of the shield we had created. Still solid, the shield was tainted with a black colour that I had already seen, that of Leafhand's wings. I'm a demon! But this blackness wasn't his. No, it was calling me as if I had created it, as if I had birthed it. And what if the part of And what if the part of demon in me had taken control? Yes. Eri, are you alright? You're so pale. People keep saying that. There's no doubt about it. It's my fault. Huh? The part of demon in me. I think that it has manifested. No, you aren't a demon. You aren't as evil as Leafhand. It was an accident. Miko doesn't want to believe me, but I can't cast that thought aside. Well, we need to repair this as quickly as possible. Even if the shield is solid, I can feel that it's consuming too much mana. We need to reduce its force immediately. Kalaya, Eri, show me your calculations and tell me what you did. Miko attentively studied our measurements and patiently listened to our impressions. According to her, Kalaya underestimated the power of the energy needed for such an incantation. But deep down, I knew that it was because the force within me was uncontrollable and destructive. Yes, that's what I like to hear. Well, I see that it's just a problem of balance in the mana. We just need to rebalance the energy. Maybe we should ask Valkion to come. After all, he's a dragon. He will surely be able to compensate for my energy. That's a good idea. Kalaya, can you go get him? Kalaya returned with Valkion after a few minutes, and we immediately began to balance the energy. You know, I think, and I know that everyone's probably tired of hearing this, but I totally think that Erica and Valkion should just leave HQ and go and join Lance. And, you know, this game will be perfect if that happens. I will be so happy. Cancelling, then repeating the ritual. I forced myself this time to only give what was needed, not more, not less. I couldn't let myself become submerged by my deep nature, whatever it was. At the end of our incantation, I could feel a soft energy surround me, while the sun disappeared to allow night to fall. There, the shield is stable. Kalaya, I would like for you to survey the shield for the next few days. Let me know if even the slightest variation occurs. Understood. Even if we had a few complications, I do want to thank you for your excellent work. Although we ran into a little problem, Miko was extremely kind to us. She knows, more than ever, that we need encouragement and support. Ding dong. Oh, Kira's clock is ringing 4 p.m. That's when people arrived in front of the gates of HQ. We are lucky that they didn't come earlier. Who are they? The reinforcements. I could sense a great tension in Miko's voice that stiffened immediately. Eri, would you mind welcoming them with me? Lead the way. Who are these people? Miko introduced me to all the emissaries and refugees who had gotten stuck behind our shield. Could you give them a tour of the premises, please? Are you really? Sure. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Eri. She'll give you a tour of our HQ. Quartermaster, Yukio, these people, please follow me. Let's go and talk about the days to come. As I already informed you, the Principality of Wishire will be by your side for the upcoming fight. All we're asking for is asylum and peace for our youngest citizens. Your wish has been heard, Miss... yep, I promise. So, these are part of the reinforcements mentioned at the meeting. They seem to have come from all over. Judging from his Japanese-inspired clothes, Quartermaster Yukio most likely comes from the Jade region. For that matter, the way he's glaring at Miko is quite explicit. He is most likely her family's emissary. I hope everything will be alright for her. As for Lady Rhea? She's dressed in warm furs. She looks like she came from the North Pole. Her tan complexion reminds me of the Inuit tribes. And as far as this person is concerned, he has all the elegance of an 18th century English aristocrat. The ethnic and clothing similarities between Earth and Eldarya can definitely be troubling at times. Miko has gone off with the 3 emissaries. As for me, I have to give a tour of the premises to about 30 people. If I'm not mistaken, this is only a tiny part of the 3 populations. I wonder how we are all going to fit inside our HQ if there are even more people coming. Please follow me. I will be your tour guide for today. Right now we're on the central Pavilion square. It's kind of the cornerstone of all the HQ grounds. Over here you can admire our gardens. They're very relaxing. Your families will love the cool air around our fountain, believe me. Over there, that's a 100-year cherry tree. Rumour would have it that it was there long before the Gardeval was created, but since I'm not from this world, I'm unable to confirm that information. Good job. You aren't from this world? So you're the human, the much talked about Eri. Yes. Oops. I heard whispering. It sounds like everyone has heard of me. That's a really weird feeling. The situation makes me a little uncomfortable, but I have to continue the tour. Anyway, follow me. We're going to go by the refuge of Al, where most of you will be housed. Then we'll go by the Puriko's market. That's where you can do some shopping. Pearl and his companions will be more than glad to help you. And take your money. Or rather, finagle as many manas from you as they can. Knew it. In the end, we only dropped by the market briefly, without stopping. And we arrived at the heart of HQ very fast. We call this place the Hall of Doors, and I think you can easily figure out why. I heard a few laughs in the crowd. Upstairs, you'll find the laundry room, the library, the infirmary, and a lab, as well as some study halls. I pointed to each of the doors, one after the other. So, on the ground floor, there's the dining hall, the forge, training rooms, and prisons. I saw 2 children's faces light up at the word prisons. Calm down. There are 2 things you should know. Access to the prisons is for authorized staff only. Consequently, I'm asking you 2 to avoid playing games of hide and seek. They both put on a sulky pout right away. Rest assured, I'll show you some other good hiding places. Yes, what's the second thing? I'm getting to that. Our kitchen is open all day and you'll be rationed based on your energy requirements with respect to earthling foodstuffs. As a result, the chef, Karuto, will handle each person differently. I'd like to specify that our kitchen staff is improving day by day in an effort to serve you excellent food. They are committed to fulfilling your needs and desires. I feel like I'm a tour guide, and worst of all, I'm pretty good at it. Follow me. I'm going to show you where the rooms and showers are. I thought would be housed in your refuge. Most of you, yes. As you know, you'll be arriving in growing numbers, and I must admit that room here is limited. There are a few rooms still available inside HQ that we'll be glad to put at your disposal if needed. The next part of the tour is this way. Down this hall are the numerous bedrooms located in this HQ. They're usually reserved for members of the guard, but given the situation, we're accommodating refugees. Where do these stairs lead? To the crystal room. Can we worship there? I'm sorry, but I don't know if that's possible. I understand. It's just that I would have liked to share a little of my energy with it. In that case, feel free to talk to Miko about that request. I'm going to show you the lawn. Ding dong, it's 8 p.m. 8 p.m. already. I lost track of time. Well, I think it's time to eat. We can resume the tour tomorrow if you want to. Let's go check out the dining hall. I led our guests to the dining hall. Upon seeing the little crowd arrive, Karuto started turning pale. But right away, I made a special effort to support him and help him out with the chore. Karen and Ezra also arrived for dinner, and when they saw us working so hard, they came to lend us a hand. Good. After a few hours of long and exhausting service, we had served our guests and all the HQ members who'd come to eat. Seriously, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Hadn't Miko told you that these delegations would be arriving? Yes, but what? Except for Twilder and me, the whole kitchen team is sick. What do you mean? It's because of the crystal, I think. Evelyn noticed some unstable people. They're weak, sometimes aggressive. Ellie is in bad shape too. What? Her potion for keeping her legs doesn't always work anymore. Sons came to see me this morning, totally panic-stricken because her mermaid tail was back. Damn, Lance, if you hadn't broken the crystal, we wouldn't be in this mess. It'll be alright, Israel. Above all, don't lose hope, okay? We're going to make it through this because we're all together. Yeah. Well said. Over the course of the evening, Miko and Manghua joined us, both worn out by the long talks they'd had with the emissaries. Then Evelyn and Nevra joined us after having spent their day caring for our sick. Valkian was the last to arrive, and I immediately noticed new scars on his body. I tried to ask questions, but he refused to answer them. However, we talked quite a while about everything that was happening at HQ. We brought up our fears as well as our hopes. Well, it's getting late, friends. We should go to bed. You're right. Good night. By the way, Eri, you were really awesome with our guests. They heaped praise on you. That's really helped us out in our negotiations. Seriously? We'll talk about it later, but in any case, hats off. I blushed. Shall we go to bed? Oh, definitely. I think back about what Miko said. I was awesome. I don't feel like I did anything special. Nevra moved gently close to me to hug me, but I felt him nod off really fast. Nevra, what's wrong? Wait, wasn't he asleep? I'm tired. He was all pale. I'm going to get Evelyn. I'll be right back. No, there's no need. She won't be able to do anything. What? For a while now, I've had a hard time assimilating the blood I drink. Do you think it's because of the crystal? Most likely, yes. I won't be the first to suffer the consequences of its destruction. Still, you can't stay like that. Come on. I carried him to the bed and tucked him in without asking his opinion. Then, right away, I grabbed a blade on my nightstand and I slit my wrist. Wow, you could have written that a bit differently. The blood flowed readily, and I laid my cut on top of Nevra's lips. Drink. Eri, don't argue. You need this blood, and I need you by my side. So, drink. Nevra's fangs bit into my flesh, causing me to scream in pain. I gripped the sheets with my other hand, sensing what was going to happen. The pain, the violence running through my body turned into a growing, intense pleasure. I plopped down beside Nevra, whose mouth wouldn't let go of my wrist. He seemed so focused. Instead of frightening me, the fact of seeing the cut gave me a powerful feeling of excitement. I wanted him to go farther, for him to cross the forbidden line, that point of no return. Just for a second, I had wanted him to transform me. Wow, but was it even possible? But sleep came over me before I could even ask him. My spirit had surrendered. A few hours later, the morning light woke me up. A blind, aggressive light. I blinked my eyes several times to get used to the surrounding brightness. Right away, I noticed that Nevra wasn't there, which put me on guard. He's always never there in the morning. That's when I realized I wasn't at HQ. Oh, here we go again. After everything I had been through since my arrival on Eldarya, I could tell delusions from reality. Actually, where is Leaf? That's a good question. I don't feel like I'm in a dream, or even in purgatory. So, where am I then? Something strange is going on. Again. Are you in purgatory? Again. Try to find out. These feelings are very different from the ones I had when I was in purgatory. I feel more like I'm in a dream, or in an alternative reality. Same. I feel like this episode's putting me to sleep because it's so boring. That sounds crazy, but after all my adventures on Eldarya, I figure anything's possible. Eri, over here. What? Wait, that's the Oracle's voice. Oracle, where are you? In the place where everything started, Eri. You have to come. I'm not sure I understand. In the place where everything started. The mushroom circle. It's most likely the crystal room. It's most likely the circle of mushrooms in the forest. I arrived here thanks to the one from my world. When I got to the circle of mushrooms, nothing happened. Great. Jeez, Eri. Think, the place where everything started. Where could it be? Oh, are you serious? If it's not the circle of mushrooms, then it could only be... Right, now I understand. I landed over there the first time. I have to go to the crystal room. Alright, now you know which one to pick. This is where I was supposed to come. I can sense it. The Oracle's energy is tangible. Yet, I can't keep from dreading the moment. Ever since Lance destroyed the crystal, ever since I saw its state in Mary's mirror, I haven't stepped foot in here. Am I ready to confront this awful truth? I don't think I have a choice. I was expecting anything but this. Instead of a room devastated by Lance's badness, I found myself in a room as normal as could be, the same as the one I had seen upon arriving in Eldarya. What does this mean? I'm sure Lance destroyed the crystal. I saw it in Mary's mirror. My heart pounding, I walked closer, excited. She appeared to me at precisely that moment. Leaftown was by her side. The Oracle was holding his hand. Both walked boldly towards the crystal, which was shining so brightly that it ended up hiding the two silhouettes from me, unless it absorbed them? There was also another silhouette whose huge wings seemed covered in blood. What does all this mean? Oracle, what are you trying to tell me? The only answer I got was a little girl's laugh. I tried to find her, to meet up with her, but the closer I got to the laugh, the more my strength seemed to leave me. Erica and Leaftown are going to sacrifice themselves to restore the crystal. Calling it! I couldn't breathe. I was going to die. I woke up screaming, waking up Nevra while I was at it. Eri, what's going on? I had an unsettling dream. About what? The Oracle. I saw the Oracle. You think I should talk to Miko about it? Oh, sure. Go see her right away. Without delay, I left the room. He just said that so that he didn't have to deal with it. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, kind of. I've been knocking on Miko's door for several minutes now. It looks like she's not in her room. What should I do? I had to make up my mind to bother Kero. She must be in the crystal room. You can go talk to her there. I swallowed hard at the thought of going there. I'll go get her if you'd rather. Kero came back a few minutes later. Miko looks confused. What's going on? The words can't find their way past my lips. Let's go to the dining hall. Given the time, we'll have no trouble talking. Ding dong, the clock chimed 8. Not surprising, the dining hall is totally empty. Miko turned on a few lights and we sat down in a corner of the room. Sit down and tell me, what's bothering you so much? Still somewhat apprehensive, I told her my dream, then I shared my even more disturbing impression. I don't think it's just an ordinary dream, Miko. I feel like it could happen. For sure. We can't rule out that it's a prophecy. A prophecy. Before, when she needed to announce a major event, she'd appear to us. Ever since the crystal's been to a large extent destroyed, I guess she no longer has the strength to materialize. She used the bond that unites you two so you could be her messenger, Eri. I can't see any other explanation. So what's the message then? Left hand who disappears in the crystal's light. Those big bloody wings. I'm not sure I understand it all. I don't understand any better than you, except I have a few ideas, but I'd need more details before talking to you about them. Let me give it some thought. We need to make sure the Oracle's message is clearer, more comprehensible to you. Suddenly, Miko got all serious looking. She seemed deep in thought. Eri, I know you're not going to like this, but I think it's time for you to see the crystal. What? If I'm not mistaken, you haven't set foot in a crystal room since it was destroyed. Miko had hit the bullseye. She was right that ever since that atrocious episode and my vision when I was in the afterlife, I could never resign myself to face that truth. I'll be by your side, so don't be afraid. Alright, let's go, if that will help me understand the Oracle's message better. Once I was in front of the stairs that should have led me to the Great Crystal, I froze. I couldn't budge. My legs refused to obey me. I was petrified at the thought of going back into that room. But part of me knew that sooner or later, I would have to face that reality. Still, I wasn't ready. I turned around and ran away. Great. Eri! Why? Why can't I climb these simple steps standing between me and the crystal? Ugh, what in the world is wrong with me? You aren't ready, that's all. I turned around and I saw Miko. She was standing there in front of me. There's not the slightest judgmental look in her eyes, just compassion and kindness. Seeing the crystal in its current state isn't all that easy to handle, but I've already seen it through Mary's mirror. I should be able to go there for real. Not necessarily. Seeing it for real will be different. There was something between you and the crystal. She's right. Lots of times it's harder to see reality with your own eyes than through an artifact, or any other medium for that matter. I'm thinking of TV in particular. How many horrors have I seen via my little screen, sometimes without even batting an eye? And yet, when I saw death and war here, I had a hard time getting over it. Listen, we can just postpone the encounter until later, alright? I don't want to force you to do anything whatsoever. I don't want to force you to do anything whatsoever. Wow, where was this Miko when she forced us to take that potion? I can't. It's a deal. I can't deal with Miko, honestly. So, if it'll help you take your mind off things, some new emissaries should be arriving here in a few hours. I'd like you to take care of them. Okay, if you like. You're right, that'll give me something else to think about. Kero is going to give you all the necessary info. Just meet him in the library as soon as you feel up to it. Oh my god, this is so boring. Oh, this is so boring. Can't we do something else? I'll go right away then. Thanks for being so understanding, Miko. Okay, I'll go as soon as I feel better. I'll go whenever I feel like it. That works. In any case, the emissaries won't be here for a few hours. You still have a little time. Okay, thanks for being so kind, Miko. Ugh. You're welcome. Hang in there, Eri. Ugh, God, I hate her. I stayed there a little longer. I feel calmer, and thanks to Miko, I'm going to be able to take my mind off things. I hate this. Hi, Kero. Miko told me I needed to greet some new guests. Can you fill me in? I'm so sick of this. I'm sick of this episode already. Hold on. Let me look. Eri. Oh, we changed your mission. Oh, thank God. Please give me something exciting. Yes, they just sent me a seraphim to tell me they wouldn't be here until tomorrow. There's been a delay, but nothing serious. So long as they make it here safe and sound, that's what counts. That was nice of them to keep us posted. Still, they could have told us earlier. This one, I guess. Yes, plus it lets us get better organized for their arrival. Anyway, I decided to assign you to a gathering mission again. I hope you don't mind. Not at all. If I can be of help, it'd be my pleasure. Oh, Kero, why do you do this? Great. Eldarya is waiting for you at the edge of the forest. She'll give you the list of everything to get. Sure, thanks. Hi, Eldarya. Eri, what are you doing here? I'm coming to help out on the gathering mission, unfortunately. Oh, so you're my partner. Great. What do we have to do? Gather ordan berries and sweet nettles. Nettles, do you have gloves? No, why? I had a bad experience with nettles when I was a child. No way I'm touching them then. In my world, nettles are unpleasant to the touch. No way. Excuse me? I'm not touching nettles without gloves. They sting too much. Not at all. You're making that up. Am not. Whatever. Let's stop talking nonsense and find everything we need. You're nonsense. We saw a pack of companions that looked a lot like skunks. Eldarya motioned for me to come closer slowly. You see what those little rascals are eating? Those are the berries we're looking for. Let's wait until they're full and then take what's left. After a few minutes, the creatures wandered off and we got to gather our berries, without any trouble. You really know a lot about companions, Eldarya. You think so? I must admit Peru is an excellent mentor. I can't wait to open my own shop. You're going to open your own shop? When all this is settled, yes, I plan on travelling to another continent and opening a shop in partnership with the Pericos. Are you sure partnering up with the Pericos is a good idea? I hope you've thought it through. The Pericos aren't always kind. Beware of the Pericos, they're crooks. They sure are. I love them though. You know, they're my favourites. You should avoid making that kind of remark, Airy. Please! Oh, they know I love them. You know, they're not going to take it seriously. Well, what? It's true. Seriously, you should think twice and keep quiet. You should keep quiet. She gave me a stern look, as if we were being watched. What a blunder. Oh, shut up, Ellie. We still have to gather some nettles. I'm a little nervous. The nettles are over here. Are you ready? This is it. The moment I've been dreading. Time for gathering nettles. They're called docile nettles. They're not going to hurt you. Not really, but I guess I have no choice. Are you sure they don't hurt? If they sting, I'll get my revenge, you know. On you. Oh, I fear the great Aries' revenge. You should. Stop making fun of me. Seeing how picky you are, I can do whatever I want, haha. I looked at her with a sulky pout to show her how annoyed I was. You know what? No, no, I'm not going to say that. I was going to say, you know what? When Lance gets here, I'm going to tell him to kill you first. But that's too mean. I'm not saying that. I did say it, but I'm not saying it. I looked at her with a sulky pout to show her how annoyed I was. So, if I have no choice, a diabolical glow lit up in Eldarya's eyes. What's she about to do? Bitch, don't you dare. In a quick move, she pressed a bouquet of nettles up against my cheek. I yelled instinctively before realizing that nothing was happening. I told you they didn't sting. Sorry, they still bring back very bad memories. The ones in your world, sure, but may I remind you, we are on Eldarya. Oh my god, really? I had no idea. Everything's different here, that's for sure. You're right. I hate this so much. I feel like I made a fool of myself. She's the fool, Erica. It's fine, okay? So that I wouldn't mope too long about having made such a fuss, Eldarya came and teased me. We had a good laugh while we gathered the nettles. I think we have everything on the list we need. There was only 2 things. Right, now we have to bring it all to Gerudo. Ding dong. Ugh, there's that damn clock again. We know it's noon, Kiro. Oh, the 2 prettiest ones of all. Oh, really? Thanks. You're saying that just because we're bringing you what you wanted. Careful, Eldarya. Your name could end up on you-know-where again. You-know-where? Just trying, yours will end up on you-know-where too. They stared each other out a good while before laughing together. I'm surprised to see that they've become so complicit, and especially to see Eldarya so self-confident. She has changed a whole lot since I first met her. Before, she never would have dared make that kind of remark in front of Gerudo. Anyway, put all of that down here. Eri, Kiro came by and left me a message for you. He needs you to go give Chimeria a hand. She's setting out traps for our enemies. Really? Okay. Where am I supposed to meet up with her? Oh god. I hate this. Oh, I hate this episode. No idea. She is somewhere at HQ, I'd say. Gosh, really? Somewhere at HQ? Who would have thought? Got it. I'll go look for her then. Thanks so much. Chimeria, there you are. Are you my assistant for the day? I am indeed. You know what? It could be worse. I mean, there's definitely worse people than Canaria. Great, take this. We have a ton of work today. Camaria gave me several packets of powder and runes. Apparently, we're going to set magical traps pretty much everywhere in and around HQ. I just know that people in HQ are going to set off the traps because they're so dumb. We started by burying some runes in specific places. What's the purpose of this? If we are to believe the latest news, Lance is the one who recruited them. Recruited who? The girls from the tribe of Virgin Warriors. As far as I know, in your world, you call them Valkyries. Valkyries, seriously. I get incredibly excited at the thought of it. Oh, I'm gonna go and join an army with Valkyries. That sounds great. You sure look all cheerful. To be honest, Valkyries are known in my world for being strong and wonderful warriors. So, you know, I'm just excited to have them as my allies. That's precisely the problem. They are fierce opponents. I hope your admiration for them won't keep you from contending with them as required. Damn it. No, not at all. I changed subjects right away, Eric. So, what exactly is the purpose of the runes? Do tell. To fend off that thing. If one of them steps on the runes, his mind will be troubled and we'll have a chance of him forgetting his allegiance. I see. Let's pray it works. Let's keep going this way. Let's pray it works. By pray, I mean let's cross our fingers behind our backs and hope that it doesn't work. Ding dong. Wow, the clock can be heard even here. Yes, it's starting to be a pain. Anyway, this time it may be tougher. Oh, I like a little challenge. I need you to reproduce the moves of a very precise choreography. What's the purpose of that? Trapping mermaids, tritons, and any sea creatures enslaved to Lance. Huh? But why do it on land? And besides, aren't you afraid that it'll backfire against Eldarya or Kalaya? In answer to your first question, Eldarya will handle the underwater traps. As for the second, we've made talismans to protect them, don't worry. Okay, so in concrete terms, what's that going to do? Take away their legs, quite simply. Like you told Miko, Enthra is now one of theirs, and if she joined them, there's a good chance the rest of her tribe did too. I see. In fact, have you planned a trap for each type of creature? Sort of, yes. Anyway, let's get started. That sounds like a lot of work. For hours, I practiced doing the complicated dance steps alongside Camaria. After a while, she decided it was time to show what I'd learned. Is this a QTE? This is a QTE, isn't it? I just know it. Come on, show me how it looks. Oh, I knew it! Oh, alright, let's do it. I freaked out at the end there. Did you see that? I looked at the time and I was like, 3 seconds! And I freaked out. Okay. I failed. That's not cool. Concentrate. Do I have to do it again? Oh, God. Alright, it was definitely easier the second time. Way to go. Camaria gave me a hug and spun me around. I've never seen her so happy. So oddly happy. We each did several, okay, I don't know. And every time the ritual was started, a 6-foot-tall column of light appeared for a few seconds. According to Camaria, it's a sign that our trap has been set. Well, let's not cry victory too soon. There are still a whole bunch to set. Great. Hang in there, Eri. It's our first trap for today. Oh, don't worry. I still have energy to spare. Oh. This time, we're going to set simple, fairly crude traps, but they have always proven their worth. She's acting strange. Camaria, you're scaring me. They are bear traps. Camaria, Eri, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but Miko asked for everyone to gather in the Hall of Doors, and she wants to see you a few minutes beforehand at the forge. What's going on? She didn't want to tell me, but she seemed really annoyed. We'd better go right away. For sure. But I want to know what the traps were. Miko was definitely there. Great. I'm so glad we established that. She's waiting for me. I don't like the look on her face. I'm afraid of what she might tell me. What if Lance were arriving earlier than we thought? And what if Liftan had escaped? Or something even worse? In any case, she isn't alone. Ezreal, Nevra, Valkion, and Huanghua are there too. What's going on? You'll see, but don't panic. Too late. She held a letter out to me. I took hold of it, my hand shaking. Oh my god, yes! Okay, sorry. Sorry. I got way too excited. It's a letter from Lance. Dear Miko and members of the Light Guard, I have heard that someone warned you about my imminent arrival to the lands of El. What a pity. Personally, I was planning on surprising you, so I guess you're getting ready to welcome me as you should. All the same, you should know that I want to make you an offer, a temporary armistice. If I'm not mistaken, you're getting ready for a new exodus. So this is the deal I'm offering. Leave this world and leave me the crystal. What do you think? If you agree, then send Miko and that adorable Eri. Oh my god, he got me a different voice. Okay. To the rock tonight at midnight. Regards, Lance. Let us do it. Oh my god. Oh my god, let us go, please. Please, I'm begging you. Okay. Calm down. Calm down. Is he serious? Like, is he serious? Just tell me, is he serious? I guess so. So, do you understand why I called you here? Do you really want to go? Can we? Can we go? It's most likely a trap, but that's okay, I don't mind. Considering his hatred for fairies, I have a hard time seeing him give us a chance to get away. And that's totally cool with me. I totally agree with you. That would contradict everything he's done up until now. I know, but if there's the slightest hope that it's true. Miko, you're so dumb. You're so dumb. I don't want to miss the chance of saving everyone. So dumb. Eri, even though Lance's letter asks for you to be there at this meeting, I'm not forcing you to accept. I accept. I volunteer as tribute. I'm going. I admit that it'll be a dangerous mission, and it's fairly unlikely that it'll go smoothly, but I'd be honored to have you by my side. I don't care about going with you. I'll go by myself, if that's what it takes. I felt a huge weight fall on my shoulders. Even though Miko is giving me the choice, I feel like this meeting is part of my fate. I have to make a decision and accept it. My mind's made up. I'm coming. Oh, thank God I didn't get a choice, because I was going to go anyway. Eri! It'll be okay, Nevra. Don't worry. It'll be fine. His face went blank. I know how worried he is, but I don't care. What? But he can't make me change my mind. Determined to face our fate, no matter how gruesome it might be. You can tell I'm getting excited now. After so much boring episode, I'm getting excited. Miko and I announced the news to everyone at HQ. Like us, they felt the trap coming from afar, but I saw a slight glimmer of hope in their eyes, the same hope that had lit up the Kitsune's eyes a few hours earlier. That's when I understood that I had made the right decision. Even if we were headed for a fall, we had to seize the opportunity and stay hopeful. Let's get ready and go then. I followed Miko to her room while she got ready. Then midnight came, and this time the sky was in sync with the time. It was pitch black. It's time to go to the meeting point, the rock. I'm excited. I'm so excited. I'm stressed out at the thought of seeing Lance again after everything that's happened. Will I be capable of holding back the anger that I feel towards him? Who is this person? I don't feel like that at all. Is he going to mock us yet again? I won't know until we're standing face to face. We are at the meeting place, but I don't see Lance anywhere. Damn it! Gosh darn it! For that matter, there's no one around. The beach is deserted. It's all part of the trap. Ding dong. Oh, we're like 4 hours early. In the distance, we heard that hero's clock chime 8 p.m. We waited a while, still no one. Wait, did he say meet at midnight and it's 8 p.m? Maybe he'll come by sea. Miko and I walked farther out until we were wading in the water, scanning the horizon, but we couldn't see much due to the darkness. Enthra? I pulled out my weapon and moved between Miko and the mermaid. Why would you do that? What are you doing here? I'm Lance's emissary. Gross. So, what is it you're suggesting? All of a sudden, Enthra threw herself at Miko and wrapped her mermaid tail around Miko's neck. Okay, cool. You do you. I'm just gonna leave. gonna leave. You have at her, all you want, Enthra. I froze a few seconds, surprised by the sudden attack. And impulsively, damn it, I threw myself at Enthra with a single goal in mind: keep her from strangling my friend. Who's your friend? Certainly not Miko. I couldn't let her get killed, especially by someone who I used to trust. The mermaid screamed when my knife came and gashed her back. A second well-placed stab made her let go, and she began to flee, undulating in the dark water. I followed her, refusing to let her get away. How are you going to catch a mermaid in the water? Transformed by the strength from the angel powers that had inhabited me for the past few weeks, I managed to overpower Enthra easily. And taking advantage of her moment of weakness, I grabbed my dagger and pressed it against her throat. Well, alright. If I cross this line, there'll be no coming back, not for Enthra, or for me either. Do it, do it, do it, do it. Clenching my teeth in frustration. Oh God. So soft. Why are you so soft? I let go of my knife and gave Enthra an unambiguous look. I couldn't bring myself to take her life, even though I know perfectly well she wouldn't have hesitated to do the same if she were me. But I don't want to lower myself to her level, and I'd rather show mercy. Leave now. Go join your master and tell him that after what just happened, never will we give up the fight. Ugh. Why? This really didn't happen how I wanted it to happen. I turned back to go and join Miko on the beach, when suddenly, I saw her come soaring towards me. Who, Miko? Eri! I turned around. Oh, see? You should have just offed her. Of course something like this was going to happen. I turned around and saw Enthra swoop down on me, brandishing her trident, at which point Miko tackled her to divert its trajectory. Both of them fell into the water in a whirlwind of punches. I really don't know who I want to win. I kind of just want them to both kill each other and just be done with. The trident was now floating a little farther off. Oh, cool, that's mine. Dibs. I rushed to grab it in hopes of stopping the fight, but an appalling scream split my eardrums, freezing me on the spot. I turned my head, only to see the mermaid's body being tossed about by the waves. She was dead. Oh, good riddance. Eri, are you alright? I'm okay, I think. If you hadn't come to my rescue, she would have killed me, and it would have been all our fault because we didn't kill her in the first place, you know? So disappointing. So disappointing. Listen to me now. I admire how merciful and altruistic you are, but let me give you a piece of advice. Never turn your back on your enemy, you idiot. Got it. I looked at her, worried. What about you? Are you okay? Eri, oh, hold up. Don't worry. And if you were wondering, no, it's not the first time I've had to kill someone, unfortunately. What a surprise! Oh. My missions on the guard have not always been easy. Anyway, all I did was look at her. I didn't know what to say in return. Let's go back to HQ to tell the others what happened. Did Lance really send Enthra there on her own against these two? Like, that just doesn't seem logical to me. Wait, what are we going to do with the body? Just leave it. I'll ask the Pericos to take care of it. Don't worry. The Pericos? But why? I'll probably make it into a hat or something. You probably don't know all of them. Some are specialized in this kind of work. That's great. That's great. Little assassins. How disappointing. That was such a disappointing little trip. Well, you know, to be fair, it was more exciting than doing stupid little missions around HQ, so I guess it wasn't all that bad. So, what happened? We hadn't even had time to open our mouths before they pounced on us with questions. You're both as white as ghosts. What the? We fell into a trap. Duh. Enthra was waiting for us and she tried to kill us. I had to act accordingly. She's dead. The guys froze on the spot, stunned by the news. You are alive. That's all that matters. I guess the body is still back there. Yes, for the time being. I'm going to ask S to take care of it. They're making a mystery out of this. Why use an initial to refer to this Perico? So ask him to send the body to us. Great idea! That is such a good idea! Why didn't I think of that? Valkion, you're the best. What? Enthra's cadaver will send a strong message. Knowing my brother, seeing his pathetic plan fail, will be unsettling for him. Aren't you afraid that will provoke his anger even more? I don't see how he could possibly get even angrier, to be honest. Precisely. My brother is a very conniving person, and anger is his weakness. If he lets his rage guide him, then he may make mistakes. And those mistakes could lead us to victory. You're right, Valkion. We have to exploit his weaknesses. Wait, am I the only one to find this method despicable? Yes, you are. If we do that, we're stooping to Lance's level. He would have definitely been capable of doing the same thing if we'd sent him an emissary. I understand your point of view, Eri, but the decision has been made. Enthra wasn't an emissary. She was a murderer. And if she can be of use to us in this fight, we have to seize the opportunity. Let's send the message to Lance. I clenched my teeth. They aren't wrong, but it's hard to accept. Alright, I'll take care of telling S. Eri, we should go get some rest. First, both of you come to the infirmary with me, on the double. I'm coming too. I have a few questions to ask you. Isabel and Nevra came along too. Oh great, let's just all go. As soon as we got to the infirmary, Evelyn examined Miko and me to make sure we hadn't been hurt when Enthra attacked us. You are practically unharmed. I'm relieved. Hua, you can ask your questions while I take care of a few bandages. Please explain what happened. How did you end up killing her? How do you think? You were gone a while. Did the talks get out of hand? There weren't any talks. What a surprise. What do you mean? Eri and I waited for a while on the beach. When Enthra finally showed up, she pounced on me almost immediately. Eri managed to get the upper hand, and she chose to spare Enthra, except that Enthra took the opportunity to try and kill her, and I had to deal with Enthra. They gave each other a knowing look. I get the impression that they don't need to talk to understand each other. I see. It's unfortunate, but unavoidable. I'm not going to keep you any longer. You both need to get some rest. I held Nevra's hand in mine. After such an exhausting day, his warmth is very comforting. A bed, at last. Miko never really listens to anyone but herself. I told her not to go, not to include you in that lousy plan. I wanted to go. Are you talking about the armistice? Yes, of course, she didn't listen to me, and now look where we are. You practically got killed. Wow. Wow. I think that's the dumbest line I've read all episode. You practically got killed. Okay, wow, I have to move past that. But that didn't happen. Miko reacted the right way. Maybe he was supposed to say you almost got killed. That makes more sense. That makes a lot more sense. I know. I just hate when you take risks for nothing. It gets to me. It wasn't for nothing. I just wanted to see Lance. I slipped my arms around his waist and kissed him. We went to bed and fell asleep in no time. During the night, I felt Nevra tossing and turning in bed. I woke him up. You hungry? A little. All right. Without thinking, I held out my wrist and felt his fangs dig into my flesh. The pain, that is exquisite pain. I don't think I'll ever get tired of it. I don't want it to ever go away. I want it to stay in me forever. Because I know as soon as it goes away, a huge pleasure comes over me. That's when my mind wanders. Never. I have never let a man get so close to me. Are you aware of that? Can you see deep down in my soul when you drink my blood? And as he continued drinking my blood, I indulged in the ecstasy. From time to time, I let out little moans that encouraged Nevra to keep drinking my blood. When his thirst was finally quenched, he let go of my wrist and kissed me. He still had the taste of my blood on his lips. Delicious. I wish that kiss could have lasted forever, but I was exhausted and fell quickly into a dreamless sleep. When I woke up, it was still dark. It never was already gone. Oh my god, is anyone surprised? Sorry to have left without saying goodbye. You look so peaceful. I preferred letting you sleep. I also must admit that you were damn sexy in your little nightie. Hard to resist waking you up. I couldn't keep from blushing. I really wish you could have been here this morning. The bell sounding 8 o'clock snapped me out of my thoughts. It's time to ask Kira what my mission is today. Oh, really? How is this episode so long and yet, like, almost nothing has happened? All that's really happened is Miko killed Nevra. Like, what else? I don't even remember what else happened. All of a sudden, something hit me in the stomach. A stubborn, gnawing anxiety that made my gut hurt. It left me breathless. For a second, I felt confused, totally drained of confidence. But why? What was putting me into such turmoil? Was I dreading that much what was going to happen? Or was it an upteenth warning from my instinct? I couldn't define it. So instead of staying stuck with that feeling, I decided to get a grip and move on. After all, I don't have time to dwell on sensations like that. I have way too many things to handle right now. Ding dong, good morning, it's 8 o'clock. Haha, good morning, Eri. I assume you've come to get your daily mission. That's right, if I have to do another mission, I might just quit. I might just stop playing. That's right. What do you have planned for me today? Well, we've done a few field studies on something that's going to be crucial during our siege. Let me guess. Preparing our munitions. Water, maybe. Both dumb answers. I feel so salty in this video. Oh, I think that as far as that's concerned, we're sufficiently prepared. Haha. Instead, why do I keep picking the dumb ones? Instead, we need to identify all the sources of water to be found around and inside HQ. Wait, you're just now thinking of that? Of course not. We've been working on it since day one. Alright, but it's an extremely tedious task. Really? Given the number of parameters to take into account. I see. Who am I supposed to team up with? Angela and Evelyn. Oh, that's not so bad. They'll explain everything you need to do. To start with, please go join them at the infirmary. Will do. Thanks, Kiro. Morning, Evelyn. Morning, Huang Hua. Eri, what's going on? Do you feel sick? Don't tell me I'm pale. Oh god, don't tell me I look pale again. I can't handle it. No, everything's fine. It's just that I'm your teammate for the day. Actually, I'm taking care of Evelyn right now, Eri. You are? How are you taking care of her? We'll deal with the water sources afterwards. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt. No need to apologize. There's no way you could have known. Wait for us outside, if you don't mind. We'll be finished in just a few minutes. Sure, no problem. What are you two up to? I waited a few minutes and the girls came out and told me precisely what the mission was about. What were they doing? We're going to identify the different sources of water that are located in and outside of HQ and take samples. Depending on the results of the samples, we'll have to think of a way to protect those sources of water, which will allow us to access the water supply throughout the siege. Let's not waste any more time. How about we start with the ones inside? Okay. The water here doesn't look extremely safe for drinking. Oh really? What makes you say that? The colour? Oh, that doesn't mean a thing. The water in the cave is that colour because of the minerals it contains. We need to analyse them. What about the prison water? Are we going to do a sample there? In my opinion, we should avoid the water sources outside. Lance could poison them. That's true. I hadn't thought of that. Where are we supposed to go now? To the park, right? That's right. There's lots of water over here. This would be ideal for us, wouldn't it? Not really. This is water that doesn't get replenished. I think we'd be running short pretty fast. Yeah, that's for sure. So let's forget that option. And I don't think there's any sense going to the music garden. Right. I'll take a sample anyway, just in case. So we've identified all the sources of water inside HQ. That was fast. Were all three of us really needed? No, but you didn't have anything to do, and I had a wild urge to spend some time with you. How clever of you. Well, 3 won't be too many to analyse the samples. Let's go to the alchemy lab to do that. Right, like I figured, the test results exclude using water from the cave. It's not safe to drink? With all the minerals and seaweed currently in it, no, the purification process would be too complicated to set up. Besides, like at the beach, the water comes straight from the ocean. It'd be really easy for Lance to poison it. All we have left is the water from Fountain Park. Yes, unfortunately it's water in a closed loop. We'll deplete the supply there really fast. And there aren't any other sources of water. How are you supplying yourselves with water now? Mainly we recover rainwater that we filter afterwards. If Lance were to cast a drought spell, it's gone. We should ask for outside help, shouldn't we? Do you have someone in particular in mind? Well, I figure considering they're mermaids, Kalia and Eldarya could help us. Actually, I was considering that. No, you weren't. It was my idea. They're very busy right now. I didn't want to bother them before having explored other possible options. That's what we've just done. Right, okay, I'll go get them. After a few hours of intensive work by Eldarya and Kalia, we finally found a safe, easy to access source of water. It's the one that feeds into the cave. If we take the water further upstream, it won't be transformed by all the minerals, and we can use it to survive. What's the capacity of water? A lot. I sense a big pocket lying just beneath our feet, enough to hold out 3 or 4 months. She's talking about the groundwater table. I hope we won't deplete the supply before the end of the siege. Do you think you can collect a sample of that water to test it? Yes, we just have to make our way through to the cave. It won't be hard. Great. Well, good news. Thanks for your help. Ding dong, it's already 8 p.m. What about noon and 4 o'clock? I totally lost track of time today. So, we'll need to wait for tomorrow's test results to make sure the water's safe to drink. In the meantime, let's go get a bite to eat. I'm starving. You were right, Eveline. It really does me a world of good to eat. I was starved too. Throughout the meal, lots of members from HQ joined us, and when it was time for dessert, almost everyone was there. I'm not reading that all out. All those people. I had a painful lump in my throat. It was most likely the last time we'd all be together. I felt like crying, but I didn't want to spoil such an unforgettable moment, so I swallowed my tears and kept smiling. As soon as Nevra realized I didn't feel well, he came and put his arm around my shoulders, and I snuggled up against his neck, seeking a safe refuge. But the special moment, suspended in time, was soon interrupted. Miko, everyone, come look at the sky outside. Oh my god, is something happening? Yes! What's going on? Come on already. All right. An amazing sight was playing out before our eyes. I was in awe. Oh, I thought Lance was here already. Stars by the hundreds, no, by the thousands, were shooting across the sky. It wasn't the first time I'd seen shooting stars since I'd been on Eldarya, but this time it was magical. It looked like the sky was giving us its blessing for the upcoming battle and cheering us on. I started crying. I was touched deep down inside by the sight, by the huge sign of support the sky was showing me. That was when I saw her. Among the stars, her unmistakable silhouette materialized. In a single breath, the crowd cried out, faced with a vision that was not only being seen by me. Oracle? The silhouette was almost imperceptible in the field of stars, but we sensed her presence strongly. It wasn't like her previous appearances. It was more like a fleeting visit, the promise that wherever she was, she would be watching over us. That certainty warmed my heart and gave me the courage that until then I'd been lacking. I was ready to go see her, to confront her in this reality. I took a step towards Miko. I want to go. Are you talking about going to see the crystal? Yes, I'm ready. Are you sure? Yes, I sense deep down inside that I have to go there now. Would you agree to come with me? Of course, but don't you prefer going with Nevra? Yes? I really do. To be honest, I'd like both of you to be there. I understand, that's totally normal. I went to see Nevra and asked him to come with us to see the crystal. Obviously he agreed, and we decided to go there without delay. Well, it's not really obvious, because obviously would be him saying, I'm sorry, I've got stuff to do at the moment, I can't. Like usual. Just then I was about to walk into the crystal room. I got a painful knot in my stomach. The closer I got to the sill, the more apprehensive I felt. I'm afraid of not being able to stand the sight of the broken crystal. Nevra squeezed my hand in his to give me courage. It's time to face up to my fear. No sooner had I climbed the stairs that led to the crystal room than I froze on the spot. My blood turned to ice immediately and my heart missed a beat. The crystal had been almost entirely destroyed. There was practically nothing left. Only a few fragments were still in place. Others were scattered here and there over the floor. I looked at Miko, surprised. Why hadn't she tried to put the different pieces together? It rejects them. I tried several times and nothing works. And as you can see, some die out with the passing of time. Like the crystal you used to use when you invoked the oracle. Exactly. How sad. And there's nothing that can be done about it. I don't know. And if there is a solution, I don't know it yet. Pretty sure I know what it is. I see. Maybe the message from the oracle had something to do with that. Possibly. I need to commune with her again. I glanced at Nevra one last time. I'm overcome with dread. Then, closing my eyes, I pressed my hands together to pray to the remains of the crystal. That is when I heard a That's when I heard a sort of tune ringing in my ears. A gentle, catchy beat. I wanted only one thing, to follow the sound. When I opened my eyes again, I was surrounded by light. What's going on? Is there anyone here? A voice rang out in my head, but it was so soft that I couldn't understand what it was saying to me. I have to get closer to it. The voice grows more and more intense as I go down these halls of light. That voice, I feel hypnotized by it. I sense a sort of strong energy coming from it, positive, familiar energy. I can easily imagine who I'm going to find at the end of this path. It's here, I sense it. This is the point of convergence for this energy, for this bewitching melody. But how can I make it understand that I'm here, ready to listen? I have to concentrate. Don't give me a QTE. Don't give me a QTE. Like in the crystal room, I joined my hands together to send a prayer to the energy, summoning it to appear before me in order to deliver the message that I've been sent here to get. I detected a sort of resistance and dread on its behalf. I have to be more convincing. Appear before me and give me your message. Not a thing. Nothing happens. I have to insist. Maybe if I pronounce its name, the energy will deign to come forward. After all, I have nothing to lose. Oracle, show yourself. Fafnir, leave that, stop hiding. Oh my god, I have no idea which one it is. It's probably Oracle, but I don't want to say leave down just because. Right away, I felt the energy back off. It was distant, almost fleeting. I concentrated again, and in no time I understood how completely wrong I had been. In front of me, ripping through the blinding light, I saw the oracle standing in the middle of the crystal room. She was beautiful, radiant, and alive. Again, she headed towards the crystal, and I saw the image of Liftan again, entering her light. I looked to my right where huge bloody wings still lay. But this time, I barely paid attention to them and stepped into the crystal's light with self-confidence. It was calling me. Something was whispering for me to join it. When I opened my eyes again, I was back by Miko's side, who was looking at me wide-eyed. What happened? Eri, what the? I should keep quiet. Miko withdrew into silence. She seems extremely troubled by what she saw, and I get the impression that forcing her to talk wouldn't be very smart. I looked at Nevra, but he doesn't seem to understand what put Miko in such a state either. What did you see, Eri? The oracle. But the crystal too. I have to do something to make it whole again, but I can't understand what. Sacrifice yourself. We all know that's what's going to happen, right? Right? You'll understand in due time. Miko is certainly acting mysterious all of a sudden. She's the one who wanted me to understand the oracle's message by all means, and now she's gotten very evasive. What's up with her, for goodness sake? Anyway, don't think about that anymore and go get some rest. Tomorrow is going to be a long day. She's right, I'd be better off getting some rest. No sooner had we got into the room than Nevra collapsed once again. His thirst for blood is more and more worrying. As always, I force him to drink. He is so apologetic when that happens. I'll give you as much blood as possible. I already told you that, but I'm worried about one thing. Will you be fit enough to fight tomorrow? I'm likely to need a dose just before, but yes, I can fight. The future of the world depends on our fight. I can't stay behind. I know, but I don't want anything whatsoever to happen to you. If you're by my side, it'll be fine. Yeah, I don't know about that. Nevra leaned forward and kissed me. I can still sense the taste of blood on his lips. It's really a strange sensation, but somehow I managed to stand it. Nevra, I'm sorry, but I can't stand all this blood anymore. I guess I kind of like the taste, and it's given me some ideas. Alright. I'm already guessing to get the illustration that we're going to have to go for it. You know? Nevra, make love to me and give me your illustration. Now, Eri, I took a lot of blood from you. It may be the last time we sleep together, Nevra. Gosh, everything might come to an end tomorrow. Make love to me. I want to experience that with you. Please, don't say things like that. I will protect you. We'll make it through this. I'm just telling the truth. Nevra, please. Are you sure you're ready? More than ever. He hesitated for just a moment. What do you mean, are you sure you're ready? We already did it before. That was weird. Then he started undressing me. Yep, knew it. You know what? I feel like I've had this illustration a million times before. I feel like it's like just all the other illustrations. Couldn't they have given us something cooler? Like, I would have liked to have an illustration of maybe of the Oracle's vision of, you know, Erica and Leaf Dan going into the crystal or something. Or maybe that will happen in the next episode. But, yeah, I think we could have had something better than this. Alright, my clothing came off piece by piece, and as my body was bared, it shook with immeasurable desire. I wanted to feel his hands on my skin, his lips on my lips, his hips up against mine. Nevra, I love you so much. Ooh, really? No, I mean, I love Nevra. He kissed my breast tenderly. Then, little by little, his kisses were interspersed with little bites. I tilted my head back to offer him my throat. I wanted to become one with the man I loved. For the last time before I die. His fangs dug into the flesh of my neck at the same time as his hips clung to mine. Never had I experienced such pleasure before being with him, before tonight. Intense and total ecstasy. A whirlwind of happiness I wish could have lasted forever. We finally fell asleep, exhausted by our lovemaking. The next morning, I woke up in his arms, still aroused. Really? It's a bright, sunny day. Sleep well. I kissed him passionately, but the embrace didn't last long. Nevra must have gone to firm up a few last-minute details. And for that matter, I shouldn't linger either. Kero must certainly have worked for me. No, Kero, stop! Okay, it's not Kero's fault. Darling, oh Puri, how are you? No small talk, we don't have time, come with me. She pulled me into a corner off the market. This may be the last time we see each other, you know, and I'm telling you, you can't go to battle in that outfit. Besides, it is out of style. I agree. This belt is horrid. Wait, you're the one who made it for me. What do you expect? That was then. Fashions come and go. I finally grasped the essence of your soul, your inner self, and voila. She showed me a gorgeous warrior's outfit. Wow, Puri, this outfit is meant for you. Like the 1,200 minus, Jesus, it costs are meant for me. Oh, I should have known. She's after my money. Besides, you have to protect yourself a little for the battle ahead, right? She looked at me all wide-eyed, but whatever. It's most likely the last time I'll splurge on Eldarya. Foreshadowing. Alright, I'll take it. I gave her the 1200 manas, a diabolical glow shone in her eyes. At times, the Pyrrhicos scare me. Way to go. You just got the ending war outfit. Right. I went off to my room and slipped on the outfit. I feel really good in it. I'm not even going to bother going to look at it, because this video is long enough as it is. Puri had really spotted what I was missing. Good stuff. Eri reporting for duty. What's my daily mission, boss? Well now, that's quite an entrance. Haha, I try to spice things up a little, you know? Keep from getting bored. Are you here to get your daily mission? I just said that! That's exactly right. Let me check. It's not here, not there either. Oh, I don't have anything for you today. Thank God. Oh, really? The last civilians are being evacuated to Pavilion. Our army is ready to attack. The tests on the groundwater source found by Kalaya are positive. There are enough supplies for months, and we've secured the perimeter around HQ as much as possible. I think we're more than ready to welcome that bastard Lance. Don't talk about him like that. Still, you handled all the organizing like real pros. For sure, personally, I can't wait to kick his butt. I think that's the first time I've heard you insult someone. Let's do that one. Oh, sorry. I've been getting a little carried away lately, so I guess you're still pretty busy yourself. I won't disturb you any longer. See you later. See you later. I left the library to allow Kiro to work in peace and quiet. Ding dong. Oh, it's only 8 o'clock. So, since I don't have anything to do before Lance's arrival, do they know, like, exactly what time he's arriving? Isn't he just so punctual, you know? Just arriving at the set time when everyone's ready. So courteous, Lance. I should take the opportunity to talk to my friends. I want to make sure they're ready and wish them good luck. This is probably the last time we're going to talk to them, so, you know, let's say our goodbyes, shall we? Oh, Huanghua, how are you? Ready for the big battle? Let's just say that I would have liked to have a little more time. I get it. I guess there's never enough time to get ready for something like this. Well, this is perfect timing. I was looking for you. What's going on? You may take it badly. We should sit down. What? Come, sit down. Huanghua, you're not reassuring me. I insist. Now I'm sitting and I'm listening. I swallowed hard several times. I feel a lump growing in my throat before Huanghua has even said a single word. Oh! Lieutenant asked to join us for the big battle awaiting us tomorrow. Seriously? He sure is hopeful. I hope you told him we didn't want his help. Really? Really? You said yes, right? I accepted his help. Yes! Miko will never agree to that. Not after what he did to your car, and to so many others. Miko disapproves, you're right, but she's trusting me on this one, and I'm begging you to listen to me too. Huanghua, he might betray us again. Some things lead me to believe that all that is behind him now. What makes you say that? Miko and I explored his mind with the same ritual we used on Chrome. The answers we found are unambiguous. Miko isn't yet ready to admit that he really wants to be forgiven, and yet it's a fact. I really have a hard time imagining that you can forgive him just like that. No one is forgiving him for anything whatsoever, and we will never forget the mistakes he made, but the survival of Eldarya matters more than anything. I hope you'll understand our choice. I completely understand. I'm sorry to have to tell you this. I'm so disappointed in you. I don't know. I'm sorry. You're putting me in a strange position. I'm sorry. Oh, I don't want to choose any of these. I understand. Take your time. I left disoriented and lost. How can she imagine that Lieutenant will keep his word? He betrayed the guard. He has taken everyone for a ride, and ever since he got here. How could I possibly trust him after everything he did? I seriously wonder what the guys think about that. I must go and talk to them. Ouch. You've heard about Lieutenant. Yes, Huanghua just told me. Actually, I was wondering what your opinion was on the topic. I'm appalled by the decision. I'm so not. I read you. I'm not exactly thrilled either at the idea of knowing he's by our side during the final battle, but then I'm utterly convinced that we should trust Huanghua's judgment. She and Miko explored Lieutenant's mind. I know, but I'm having trouble accepting it. No, I'm not. Anyway, our demon better stay really far away from me. Oh, really? Why? What are you going to do, huh? I might just lose control of my foil. I see. Good luck. Someone called out to Israel, who had to say goodbye to me earlier than he would have liked. Valkian is here. He seems calm and collected, much more so than me in any case. Valkian, could you spare a minute for me? You better. Of course, what about? Miko just told me that Leaftown was going to join our ranks for the battle against Lance. I would have liked to know what you think about that. If I can be totally honest, I think it's an excellent idea. Yes! I knew you'd understand. Oh, really? Why? Seriously? Oh, really? Why? Do tell. Well, my brother is an extremely powerful opponent. We need all the odds on our side if we want to beat him. And that, even if it means making a few sacrifices or putting our values aside, funny you said sacrifice, but can we really trust him? Huang Hua seems convinced of that, and she's a very wise woman. I trust her. Thanks for your honesty, Valken. I get the impression that isn't the answer you wanted to hear. If I can be honest in turn, I think this decision is absurd and risky. Leaftown has betrayed us several times. I understand, and it's one of the risks to be taken to win this war. Well, I won't keep you any longer. I'll let you go about your business. Thanks for listening. You're welcome. See you later. Valkian's answer is most troubling. I think it's the best, to be honest. You know, it's not very fun playing a character that you just totally can't relate to at all. Eri, I was looking for you. Me too. Perfect timing. Huang Hua just told me about Leaftown. I'm disoriented. I don't know what to think about it. I think it's a stupid idea. I don't. I know. I'm just as disconcerted as you are. Even though she told me she's convinced of Leaftown's good faith, I can't support the decision. Neither can I, especially since I can't really grasp what the ritual consists of. They did a sort of mental fusion that lets them see what's really in Leaftown's heart. Why didn't they do that sooner? Because you can only do it with the person's total consent. Right, I see now. Nevra only stayed a few minutes. He is definitely very busy right now, like everyone else. But now that I know what the guys think about it, things are much clearer for me now. And one thing is for sure, I can't keep it to myself. I have to discuss it with Miko. Oh, can we just get over it and get on with things? Miko, can I speak to you for a moment? Please. I can imagine that it's about that traitor, Leaftan. Are you also here to tell me? Miko? Sons, what's going on? Lance, they're coming. Yes! Finally! Alahir is organizing the marine troops. She told me to tell you. Finally! I'm so excited! Don't say another word. Soldiers, the enemy is approaching. Everyone to the beach. Yes, let's go. I'm sorry, Eri, but there's no time to talk. That's completely fine. We have to assemble everyone for the final battle. I nodded and helped Miko get everyone together. We gave out weapons to those who wanted to fight and asked them to join the beach. I looked for Nevra among the crowd, and my heart wrenched in pain with the thought of not seeing him before everything began, or ended. Where are you? Don't leave me to go there without you. That's when I saw his silhouette in the crowd. Without waiting, I ran into his arms and I pressed myself against his chest. Eri, are you going to be alright? Yes. It's hard for me to hold back my tears, but I don't want him to see that. I'm scared too, but my determination is stronger than ever. We don't have the choice. If we want to triumph, we must fight. You're right. Let's not waste any time. On top of equipping myself with my usual weapon, I took another one. One I've had my eye on for a while. A solid bow with light arrows. It looks as if the arrowheads have been dipped in poison. Even if I've already trained with a bow, I'm going to have to be careful with this one. Except, I could feel Jamon watching me. It's true that I'm usually supposed to ask to take weapons. Do you think I will know how to use this? You're a good fighter and followed many classes. You can use that. Jamon believe in you. Aww. Ding dong, 4 p.m. Oh, 4 p.m. Is he here on time? The bell is ringing. Destiny finally strikes. The doors closed behind us and the shield that we had spent so much time building appeared proudly. I looked at HQ one last time, as if I wanted to engrave this place I was about to fight for into my memory. I had spent so much time building myself inside these walls, making friends, discovering love. I couldn't let Lance take everything away from me. I felt a hand set itself on my neck. Fingers tenderly crossed my neck. Be careful, Eri. You too. Don't take any thoughtless risks. I promise. As I arrived on the beach, I looked off into the horizon that seemed so far away, looking for the enemy's boats. The stress was almost palpable. We were extremely tense. Our muscles were tight, our jaws clenched, our weapons ready to be drawn. At that moment, a black silhouette pierced through the immaculate blue ocean. They're coming. I looked over our troops. We were all there, our feet solidly planted in the warm sand, while Lance's fleet inexorably advanced towards us. We had been preparing for the upcoming battle for days. Today, the future of Eldarya will be decided, and I was ready to fight for it. Without waiting, Miko ordered our archers to fire the first flaming arrows. They would set down on the ocean and be extinguished immediately. Or maybe not. But rather than extinguishing, they lit up a shimmering blue blaze. My heart went wild. A feeling of hope invaded me, bursting. We were going to win. You literally just started. Oh, I knew it would end there, but that's fine. Okay, so thoughts. So pretty sure next episode's going to be the last one. It seems obvious. I don't know what's going to happen after that. If they're going to have like another season, how my Candy Love had university life, or if they're just going to quit Eldarya. I have no idea. There's no way to tell. This episode was so long. I used so many manas. I had over 13,000 when I started this episode, and now you can see I have 4,500 left. That was so long and so boring. I get that they were setting up the final battle and probably next episode, but it was so boring. I'm interested to see how things go on Leaf Tan's route, because basically on Nevra's route you just see like you see nothing of Leaf Tan on there, so I may at some stage play his route on this episode, but not now, because it's gonna take so long and so many manas that I just can't do it right now. But yeah, as much as I wasn't impressed with this episode, I am looking forward to the next episode. My predictions are Lance is gonna die. And Leaf Tan and Erica are gonna sacrifice themselves to restore the crystal. And a little added bonus would be Miko dying, but I don't think that's gonna happen. But that's what I think is gonna happen next episode, so I guess we'll find out in a couple of months. So, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Remember to subscribe if you want to continue seeing Eldarya videos. Well, probably just one more as the last episode comes. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!